So you live in the dream. You should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break, while the grass grows underneath my feet. Been running out of time for so long. Hello, 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 Leo. Now I'm running out of so long. Hello, 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 Leo. Hope I got the time to tell you. Hello, 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 Leo. Hello, Leo.
Hi guys, I'm back and we have started Lost Creek's first restaurant. Yes, we are starting here with Wild Burger. I didn't really have a lot to go off of besides, like, I kind of Googled zoo restaurants and there were a couple cool ones on there that kind of gave me a few ideas, but more so the name. There's this, I come across this logo. It's like a restaurant in North Carolina. It's actually, I don't even think it's in a zoo, but it's a restaurant in North Carolina called Wild Burger. And I just thought it was I thought it would be a cool kind of like Maine, you know, like modern generic type of zoo restaurant. You know, I didn't want to do like, especially with this kind of area of the park kind of dubbing itself almost as like a de facto North American area with the kind of like the introduction of Big Brody, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have like a wolf's den back there, kind of like behind us where we're looking at right now. So I kind of wanted to go a little gennaro, and I just thought with being able to do the really kind of, you know, accentuated custom sign, as you'll see here in a few minutes, and you saw in the cinematics of the massive wild lettering, I just thought it lended itself really cool to kind of like the main entrance type of restaurant. Really kind of just quick service, go in there, grab your burger, grab your fries, grab a drink, maybe like a grilled chicken salad or something we do, kind of like Zoo Knoxville does in their main little restaurant area that you get to. And I just thought it kind of fit the theme of Lost Creek. It's not too much. We're not talking gourmet, or, you know, it's just a quick little burger in and out joint. You can eat outside, you can eat inside. Mainly its purpose to eat outside. The main focus of the inside, which I didn't do an interior, so you'll have to use your imagination with me, but I think the inside is more so just for letting people order, and it's kind of meant to grab your food and take it back outside. Maybe there are just a couple tables and chairs where you can eat in there, but yeah, the main point is to get your food and get outside and enjoy the weather outside. And this is like I wanted to open it up a little bit off the main path, because you figure this would be where a lot of people would kind of pull off, maybe make a decision. Do we eat now? Do we keep going? Do you want to eat later? And this leaves enough room. I do end up putting a stage right here in front of Wild Burger, but it leaves enough room to kind of push the baby strollers out of the way, and you know, it kind of plays off the little bathroom right here. It's just a really good planning out point. I think this is a good little spot where you would roll up and kind of decide how the start of your day is gonna go. And then plus too, you've got like you've got Big Brody kind of swimming around over off to your left too, so you can stop and see him. And but yeah, really fun build. I think what I like the most about it is I usually forget about like raising the terrain or kind of bringing these buildings up a little higher from the main path typically, and that is kind of what I wanted to channel with this build. Make it a little higher, make it a little more imposing, so right when you come around this corner, after you've went to the bathroom or while you're waiting to go to the bathroom, that Wild Burger is right in your vision. Like, oh yeah, let's get something to eat. eat. You want to grab something to eat real quick before we kind of make our way off into the zoo. So that was kind of, I'm not saying there won't be other restaurants. I'm sure at some point when we get further into this, the opportunity will lend itself to do another restaurant. But I'm thinking for right now, this is our main focus entrance restaurant. So if you want to grab something to eat in Lost Creek, to typically find your way to Wild Burger, and it's just a fun little restaurant. I just love the way it sits. It kind of bounces off Big Brody's exhibit, but still far enough away to where you can appreciate like his waterfall and seeing him. And then peering off to the right, you have this really kind of funky, up on a little hill, accentuated grill restaurant up here. So that was really, really cool. I have not, real life has been crazy this week. I know a lot of you guys sent me messages and you're like, oh man, I hope you're not building Lost Creek off camera. We want to see what's going on. I can assure you I've not. When we get into the real time, I'll show you that we have just basically done the restaurant, and real life and work has kicked my bootay this week, and I have not gotten a lot of Planet Zoo time in, but I have a lot of ideas. So I'm thinking today, I'm recording this on Saturday morning. I think I should have an uninterrupted day of Planet Zoo. We may even stream Lost Creek a little bit. So if you get a chance to come back to the channel, just check the live tab or check the content tab, and you may see we have a 2 or 3 hour live stream up post Wild Burger. So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. I did not even get to live stream like one time this week. I've been getting home really, really late, but I think next week should be a little more subdued. I don't think there's a terrible amount going on. I think we actually catch a little bit of a break. So hopefully like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, may be able to jump in and get a little bit of live streaming going so you guys can kind of jump in and check that out. I know you guys like the interaction of that and coming in and chatting with me. But, another thing I was telling Drew that's so weird about keeping going with this and even starting a new project was not getting any scenery pieces, but deciding to start a new zoo. That's what usually sparks me to start a new zoo, is when they give us a new theme and I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is what I've been missing. I can do these doors, and I can do these archways, or this new window they gave us is awesome. And obviously we know that didn't happen this time, but we started a new zoo anyway. So it's like I think it's really kind of helped us get in tune with what we do have and making me be kind of like pushing the creative talent a little more, than just kind of relying on brand new set pieces and having to, figure out what works with those. It's like we're really just going back to the drawing board now with starting this new park and completely using the pieces that we've had for at least the last 3 months. And yeah, that's just like thing. Sometimes you have to kind of push yourself, and sometimes pushing yourself like this, you come up with the best ideas when you're really kind of forced to go to the drawing board and be like, okay, we didn't get new pieces, but we're still going to make this work. I'm going to try to find how I can make this the best thematically designed design we can come up with. And I think maybe that is what has lended itself to me having so much fun in Lost Creek. We're not trying to force anything. Even even going back to having a busy real week. I think the SDAN of a year ago or the SDAN of 6 months ago, no matter how much was going on, I would still try to force out like a Suyana video every single day, or at least every other day. And you've seen what that led to. It led to burnout. It led to long droughts of, okay, I just did all this work and we just did this big 30-minute video. I don't have enough to show them the next day. Whereas Lost Creek, I'm kind of just like, if I don't get time to build, it is what it is. Let's just make sure when we do put out content, it's like a really good chunk of content. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like, I don't want to like drought you guys, but Lost Creek to me is really like when Drew and I talk about quality over quantity. And I think that is kind of like the epitome of Lost Creek, just not making myself rush in a sense, and just really trying to flesh out these ideas and kind of get this story going, but not necessarily rolling out of control where I'm trying to pump out an episode like, you know, every 24 to 48 hours. That is not Lost Creek's MO. I even told Drew, you know, I was straight up with you. I think I even said it in a video. This is a perfect little project to get us through to the next DLC. It's kind of a low-key project, not a lot of hype. We're just kind of rolling with the flow. We know we have at least 90 days until we hear something new, and I think these 3 months can really produce an interesting product as far as Lost Creek goes. And who knows, maybe if we do get a new type of scene pack, like a scenery pack, and it's not just like, you know, I know we've been, like, you guys, if you haven't checked out my leak video or Lion Riders leaked videos, definitely go and check those out. But I think with, as far as the theming goes, who knows, maybe at the end of this 3 months we get a new pack and it can really help bolster kind of Lost Creek's image. And, you know, like I said, if you're new and if you've just caught up with this and you've watched Pine Creek, I've been telling people, and some of you guys have been coming up with it, you know, in the comments section as well, but think of Lost Creek as Pine Creek with a little more budget to play with. Maybe like I said, the zoo designer, i.e. me, has got a little more experience under his belt, and I think that is going to lead to, like, as far as the thematic storytelling, I think it's going to lead to a better project, and you guys are going to enjoy this just as much as Pine Creek, if not more, hopefully not less. I know Pine Creek was really, really cool. It was really organic. It was my first try at like a realistic design, but I have a lot of fun with these type of realistic designs, and just kind of almost like subduing the hyper fantasy Disney Animal Kingdom aspect of my typical builds. So, you know, we'll just kind of, like I said, we are going with the flow. I'm not trying to force anything with Lost Creek. So I think that's what's so fun about this project. Big shout out to Haribo as well for these awesome set pieces that Haribo's put on the workshop for us. I absolutely adore this stacked rock, almost like stacked river rock stone walls, as well as Haribo's like big dead trees. We use those extensively in Beyond Wolf Nature Preserve, so that was really, really cool, indispensable piece. I wish Frontier would give us some like more giant dead logs like that, just thematically they are, I mean, it's so awesome of Haribo to think about those massive dead trees and to be able to let us use them in theming in here. Really, really cool. But yeah, we are wrapping up the time-lapse portion of this build, and I put a couple windows on the building and all that, but we will jump into the real time, and let's go ahead and get our thoughts and get our game plan going and kind of what I want to see going on past Big Brody and, you know, across from his area. And yeah, we'll just kind of jump in here and talk about this a second and see what you guys think. And as always, let me know down below if you like the speed build part of these. And yeah, hold on one sec and we will jump over to the real time. All right, guys, now we're back. Now let me show you the little, kind of like the little footprint of Wild Burger here. And isn't this kind of cool? Like, okay, like I said, you were kind of making your way to the restrooms like a lot of people do right when they first get to the zoo. You just got out of a real long car ride. And then look, you kind of round the corner here, and here is the big, like, you know, Wild Burger kind of pulling you that way. And this was the little stage I was talking about. you know, I figured little shows and stuff could go on through the day out here, just little musicals and stuff. And this is kind of like our little plaza area that leads you to the entrance of Wildburger. And what I was saying was so fun about this build, and what I'm going to remember going forward, is just kind of building it up on a little hill instead of just kind of flat with everything else. And it was really fun. Like, see, I've even got this little retaining wall in here. That was really, really cool just to think about that stuff. And, you know, the plant work, the little tables here are absolutely incredible. I got the tables. Let me make sure we give a proper shout out. The tables, I've had these for a long time. Wonderful, wonderful set of tables. If you need them, let me make sure here. They are from... Where are our little tables? There they are. These are from Mindux. Yes, Mindux. Tables and chairs. MINDUCK''S. And really, really cool stuff on Mindux workshop. And I think even Mindux even has this on there as well. I think this is a part of their set, with just a little couch and a little kind of like little coffee table and chairs, but really, really cool on that. And I just thought this little restaurant kind of sitting up here just has it just kind of fit with the whole Lost Creek kind of theme, doesn't it? Especially when you look at it from up here, how it kind of, you know, pulls off to the right, kind of out of the way. That's what I thought was really, really cool. Takes up a pretty good bit of space as well. Another kind of little thing I messed with is, check out our little otters here, our little giant river otters. I extended their little enclosure kind of out here onto the path a little bit, and I have seen them. They will swim up in here. So when they're kind of like, they're kind of being a little still right now, but when they're up and they're moving and they're swimming around, they will kind of come up here and swim, and then they turn around and go back. And I just thought that was a really, really cool, just to kind of not make it so boxy and kind of boring. And, you know, just that little offshoot just gives that enclosure just so much more character. Don't you think? We've got to get all these guys named too. Then, of course, like we showed in episode 2, you've got your guest services building kind of flanked back here. Really, really cool. Like I said, Jonas has really made me some awesome Lost Creek Zoo signs and poster boards we'll use all throughout the zoo. This is the third animal you come to. This is our massive grizzly bear, Big Brody. This is like one of his little ponds, his little waterfall area. I kind of added this little sign up here beside his nameplate. Really, really fun design with this. And I think even like incorporating the deer statue here, kind of like this big stag bronze statue, will help kind of imply that this is a more North American type area. And I think that's what I'm going to do going back through here. So this little pass, that you're not just going to come back here just to see Big Brody. There are going to be some other little exhibits back here as well. I was even thinking maybe doing, like, since Line Rider has gotten me a static, like a static bald eagle statue here. I was thinking about right here doing a fenced in, like, wild eagle rehabilitation center. It's kind of like you see at some of them, like these little guys can't fly anymore, whether they were injured in the wild or something bad happened. They bring them here and they let them kind of live out their lives with, like, proper care and, you know, without the fear of, you know, predation and you know, all that stuff. So I think that is what we'll do, kind of rounding around the corner. And then, of course, we'll do wolves and all that. But one thing I was thinking that would be really cool, maybe particularly once we move into, like, maybe some more more larger ticket African type animals, is Lion Rider has come up with a really cool white Rhino mod. And with me kind of taking some cues from Zoo Knoxville, Zoo Knoxville has two southern white rhinos, Dolly and Polly. And I was thinking it would be really cool if Lost Creek had a pair as well, that they kept here, and we will get them named. But if Lion Rider has that up on his if Lion Rider has that up on Nexus, maybe by the time we live stream, maybe if we get some done with, like, you know, Eagle's Nest or Eagle's Landing, Eagle's Ridge, maybe we can move on to some white rhinos and see if we can get that to work right. But yeah, like I said, I think this is going to be more of our North American focused area up here. So I think that will be really, really fun. And like I said, maybe we'll start that on live stream, or maybe I'll just straight up film a time lapse for it. Hopefully I get another hopefully it's not until next Saturday before you guys get another Lost Creek. I don't think it's gonna be. This was just real life situations kind of happening this week that kind of made it. Don't take Lost Creek as like a Saturday to Saturday type release. I really want to try to get maybe a midweek release out, depending on what we get done, and you know, not make you guys wait a complete week between releases. So that was that will only happen if it's completely necessary. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this, and let me know what you think about the direction of Lost Creek Zoo. I'd love to hear you guys down in the comments section. And yeah, I will catch you guys, I guess, in episode 4. Thank you. See ya.